Helmets and stuff that we hadn't had to do in a while, but it's a good problem to have, you know. I'm about out of things to say. This kind of stuff right here is not my strong point.
I would come there to you for something.
Okay, good. But we appreciate all the help that my coaching staff. Okay, I've been told to designate my coaching staff. Coach Willard's here with us, so Coach Willard helps us. Clint Russ, Shay Bowers, Poe White, Johnny Whitaker, Joey Whitaker. Did I leave anybody out? No, I think that's all.
Forget that whole staff of us and set up there across the top.
Oh, well, yeah.
And we coach every game.
Well, we need it. We need it. The middle school coaches this year are going to be Ron Dixon and Brent Jones. I think Jared Seeger's I'm going to get him to help them a little bit. He was out there with us this spring a little bit. I'm going to see if he can help them on the middle school level a little bit. It's going to be home.
November, that's the last game.
Yeah, that's the next to last game of the year, and then Mariana's the last game. Mariana's the homecoming game. Okay, we were kind of discussing when to have it, and Mr. Dixon decided that we'd do it late. We have no home football game in the month of October. So, you know, we're just road warriors this year, and that's just the way it is. It just worked out like that.
Is rodeo weekend open?
Yeah, it's still open.
That's why the schedule is like
Yeah. We finagled that out last year. So we've got 5 before rodeo. We've got the rodeo break and then 5 after rodeo. I like that break, you know, right there in the middle. And also gives guys, they like going to the rodeo. And, you know, I like for them to go to it. It's a good
We
thing.
like going to football games.
Yeah, that helps everybody out. That way somebody doesn't have to choose whether to go to the rodeo or a football game. So if we can keep that going the same, we're going to try to maintain that. That way we're not pulling from each other, you know, when we're that weak time of the year there, okay? Anybody else think of anything that I forgot?
I have a question for you.
All right, okay.
You noticed in Panama City on the news the other night, they were talking about a fundraiser, I think for Arnold. They're looking to buy new helmets because of all the problems been coming up with concussions and all. How are we as far as modern helmets? Are we in line with where we should be?
Yes, I bought 7 of the new helmets for last year, and we got 11 this year. Brand new Rydell Speed, top of the line, concussion proof, if you can say that. I mean, they're not, none of them are, but
very inexpensive.
no, they're $250 a piece. Time to get them painted, but we're really up to date on our helmets. We lost about 10 this spring that were too old to recondition. If they're over 10 years old, they can't recondition. So we had to get rid of those. But with what we have been able to do the last couple of years with those new Rydell helmets, we're really up to date with the best helmet I feel like is out there. Anything else? Okay, well, Mr. Dixon said he had something else to ask. I'm going to let him back up here.
Our football team, for the first time that I can ever remember, was the academic all-state champions this year. We had the highest GPA in the whole state. For all, there's 8 classifications. We were the highest of 7 of them, and 1 4A private school was higher than ours, but we were the highest in 1A, so we got a big plaque. We just got it in the other day. Our softball team got the same thing this year. So our football team's GPA was a 3.23. When I was doing the eligibility list, I just happened to notice that. I added it up. I thought, that's unusual, because usually it's not. So it was a very, when I was playing, believe me, it was. That wouldn't have happened when I was playing. But anyway, maybe when Coach Johnson was playing, not when I was playing. Anyway, but that's 2 really big honors. Also, our drama department. How many of you have ever been to a drama production? those are always outstanding. If you get a chance to go one, we usually have 3 a year. Fall, Christmas, and then spring. Sometimes 4, depends on how the year falls. The band is getting bigger. We got a lot of kids in the band in the middle school that are coming up, so we're trying to get the band back up to 40, 50 people like it was way back when I was in high school, mid-80s. But that's starting to happen. It's just a process, all this stuff is. As far as concussions, you mentioned concussions. If you ever dealt with, I'm a big believer in rules and sticking to what you're supposed to do. And Coach Johnson is too. I have every coach on my staff, whether they do football, volleyball, golf, whatever, goes to both a concussion workshop every year, because they figure stuff out every year about it. All of our players are pre-tested cognitively, so that if they actually take a test on a computer that figures out how fast they process. Okay, then if they have a concussion, they have to have the same test that measures how well they're healing from a cognitive standpoint. So we do that. We're very, very careful with kids and students and all that. We also do heat stress workshops, because this is North Florida, it gets hot. People are not as acclimated to the heat as they were 50 years ago. Everybody's air conditioning now, so kids honestly cannot deal with the heat like even I could have back in the mid-80s, because I grew up with no central air conditioners. I didn't really know what it was. And kids now are just very acclimated to cold. They're not acclimated to heat at all. So we have to worry, we take more water breaks. The science on that has gotten a lot better than it was 20, 30 years ago. So Coach Johnson's very, very, very cognizant of those things and make sure the kids are not going to have a heat stroke or distress. You have to watch their signs to look for. I actually worry more about my coaching staff than anything, because if you look at the coaching staff, I'm guessing the 5 of them, and I can't talk to them the same way. We probably come in somewhere around half a ton or better. We might come in at 3/4 of a ton, I'm not sure. I never put them all like a peanut scale, but I thought about it. So. But that's all. I just want to make those two activities. Thanks.